Hello my duckies, welcome back to the Boston Nation, the Boston you love or you hate. How's it going everybody? Today, it's been a while, yes it has, it's been a while since I did a personal deck profile. Everyone's talking about my decks being broken or whatnot, but no, I'm just having fun, that's all. And as you can see from the last video, this is what I call the Inmortal shadolls. It's literally Earthbound Immortals and shadolls. It's a very old format with Zombie World, and I made it work. Not saying it's going to be World Championship Prodigy, no. For God's sake, hell no. But you will be able to steal a win. Let me explain why. Out of all the Immortals, I run 3 of them. Actually, make that 4. The starters, my personal favorite, Earthbound Immortal Uru. The thing about the Earthbound Immortals, they all have the same effect. They cannot be summoned to the field unless there's a field spell, and if the field spell is removed from the field, this card is destroyed. Now, they all have different personal effects. All of them, except one of them, which is the Hummingbird, can't be targeted by attack, and your opponent just can't attack them at all. Also, they can attack your opponent directly, which is kind of broken if I do say so myself. Now, each of them have one personal effect that sets them apart from all of them. So, Uru's effect, once per turn, I can target one monster on my field, tribute it, then gain control of one of my opponent's monsters. And that's pretty much it until the end phase of the turn. It seems like it's nothing big, but it usually comes in clutch when you want to OTK somebody. Next, Kokobao. He's the same thing, all the effects, whatnot. His is a little different. If he destroys an opponent's monster by battle, my opponent takes full damage to that monster's attack points. Again, little personal thing. And the last one is the Hummingbird. Hummingbird has a little switcheroo. You have no choice but to attack him. Has all the effects of the other one. You have no choice to attack him, but if he does leave the field, destroy all monsters on my opponent's side of the field, and then my opponent takes 800 damage for each one of those cards that were sent to that are removed from the field. It's pretty broken. Next we have Earthbound Immortal Orca. Orca is my lovable personal favorite because when he's on the field, I can put him in defense position. Not only can I hit my opponent for 12,000 points of damage, also if he's in defense position, my opponent does not have a battle phase. They can't even attack, they can't do anything. That's it. That's why I love Whale. I call him Orca, but you know, it's whatever. Next, another OG. I run 2 Dark Creator. Dark Creator is back from the Ubel saga. That was such a long time ago. Basically, I can only bring out this monster if I have 5 or more Dark Monsters in my graveyard, and I can special summon it, but I can also not control any other monsters on the field. Plus, all I have to do is banish 1 Dark Monster in my graveyard to special summon any Dark Monster in my graveyard, so it's pretty much a win-win-win. Plus, it's a 3,000 defensive monster. You just keep it in defense with just a little wall. Freaking broken.
Your best friend.
Now we're heading to the shadolls. Of course, and what's a shadol without 2 shadol beasts? We all know what he does. Flip summoned, if he ever flipped. Draw 2 cards, then discard 1. If this card is sent to the graveyard by an effect, I draw 1 card. For all of them, can only activate the effects once per turn. Next, Shadol Dragon. Flip effect. If I flip, I can return any card on my opponent's side of the field into their hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard by the card effect, I can destroy 1 spell or trap card on my opponent's side of the field. Broken. I love shadolls. They work out so damn well in here. Next, I keep forgetting his damn name, but I'm gonna call it Shadolls Reptile. I forgot his damn name. I don't really care. Basically, he's like the whole setup of my Dark Creator. If we flip summoned, I can destroy any monster on the field. Also, if he's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, I can then send another Shadow monster from my deck to the graveyard. So it helps build out my discard pile, so it brings more Dark Monsters in there, so it's less things I have to worry about later on in the game. But you know, it's whatever. And last but not least, Shadol Falco. When he is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, I can special summon him face down to the end position. When he is flip summoned, I can special summon any Shadol monster in my graveyard and face down to the end position. So see how it works. And plus he's a tuner, so you already know. There comes the synchros. But yeah. Now let's move on. These I run just for shits and giggles, but they come in clutch so damn much. Just like the Earthbound, they all have the same effect. I run 1 Malefic Stardust and 1 Malefic Cyber End Dragon. I know you're laughing like, what the fuck is he doing? But you know what? I don't care. all I have to do to bring out Malefic Cyber End Dragon is banish one Cyber End Dragon in my extra deck and special summon him. And I have a 4,000 beat on the field. What are you gonna do about it? Same as the other Immortals, cannot summon him if I don't have a field spell, and he's destroyed if he doesn't have a field spell. Also, one little tiny downfall. I can only have one Malefic monster on the field. Oh, and if I forgot to mention before, you can only control one Earthbound Immortal. That's for them. So, I can only control one Malefic monster, and he's the only monster on my field that is allowed to attack. It's like a little downfall, but he's just the beater. Malefic Stardust, he's just the one that protects my field spell, which will be Zombie World. I'll explain why that's very important in this deck later when we get to the spells. He protects it, does the same exact thing as Malefic Cyber End Dragon. Just protects my field spells until he removes from the field. So, yeah, just a quick way to banish and actually just add more dark monsters to my graveyard. Pretty much, that's it. Next we have Kaijus in here. Come on, I know what's the deck without Kaijus? 2 Gamma Seal and 1 Thunder King. Enough said, we all hate Kaijus. Next, how do I get all these cards in the graveyard? I run 3 Armageddon Knights. When it's called a summon, I can send 1 dark monster from my deck to the graveyard. That's it. But it helps out so damn much. I have no idea. And now I also run 3 Mizukis. Mizuki is very useful because it's another way I can bring out my monsters from my graveyard. When he's in the graveyard, I can banish him, special summon any single zombie monster in my graveyard to the field. And it's not even once per turn, I can do it as many times. So if I have all 3, banish them, bring out all 3 zombie monsters. So you can see, I'll tell you in a second, Zombie World's effect. Next, 1 Plague Spreader. Enough said with Plague Spreader. Now let's head to the Zombie World, what everyone's waiting for. I run 3 Zombie Worlds. This is a field spell. When this card is out, all monsters on my field and in my graveyard are zombies, so the apocalypse has begun. Also, neither player can tribute summon monsters except that if they're zombie monsters. So, that's a lot of XCs and a lot of synchro decks that are already dead because they don't have the exact typing for their monsters. The benefit of Zombie World. So you see how Mizuki and all the other stuff come in clutch. So I can easily bring out my Immortals just by banishing it and it's considered a zombie. It's broken. And next, a very important card that I find is broken in its own way. 3 Book of Life. It's a monster reborn for zombies. Special summon 1 zombie monster in my graveyard, and also I can banish 1 card in my opponent's graveyard just by its effect. It's literally broken. And how do I get the zombie words fast enough? With 2 Terraformings. We all know what he does. Add a spell card from your deck to your hand. And how do we get all these cards fast enough? I run 2 Dark World Dealings. What this card does, each player draws 1 card, then discards 1. It comes in clutch, here and there. Just an easy way to get this Earthbound Immortals or other shadolls out of my hand into the graveyard to activate the effects. Also, 3 Hand Destruction. Same thing, each player discards 2 to draw 2. Also, another stuff coming in clutch. Then, 2 Interrupting the Kaiju Summoner. We all know what this does. It's a Dark Hole. I special summon 1 of each of the different named Kaiju monsters from my deck. Also, if this card is in my graveyard during the next main phase, I can then banish it to add another Kaiju monster from my deck into my hand. 1 Twin Twister, enough said. 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Upstart Goblin. So that's all for the spells. No trap cards in this deck, because traps will slow this deck down. But I do side deck a Warrior Decree just because I want to be that person. So let's head on to the XCs and then head to the Synchros. 1 the Abyss Dweller, we all know what he does. 1 Dark Rebellion, apologies. 1 Gagaga Cowboy, just for that 800, you never know when it's coming. And 1 Keybin Master Beetle. Some people don't know what he does. Once per turn, I could then ditch any material to target 1 monster on my side of the field. That monster is unaffected by card effects until the start of my next turn, as long as he stays up on the field. So it's like a protection for my Earthbounds. You never know what's going to happen. So that's for the X8s. For the 1 Fusion, apologies, I don't have the card because it's so damn old. 1 Cyber End Dragon. Just that 1 proxy. I will get it eventually. Now for my little secrets of the deck. The synchros. 1 ATS Psychomoth. What he does is, when he battles a monster, at the end of the damage step, both the monsters are banished. So it's an Ali Akbar for my deck. This card comes in clutch so many times, you have no idea how many times this thing came in clutch for me. The old cards are sometimes always better. Next, the new and coming back, Brownak. We all know what he does. And if you don't, then what you do is discard as many cards as you want from your hand, and that's how many cards you can return to your opponent's hand. Target them on the field, return them to their hand. You can activate that effect once per turn. So yeah, that's all for the 6s. Now for the 8s, 1 Stardust Dragon for Malefic, never used for anything else. 1 Thousand Eye Dragon. What I use for Thousand Eye Dragon, I can then select any monster in my graveyard, banish it. My Thousand Eye Dragon gets all the effects of that monster until the end phase of the turn. Also, if this card leaves the field, I can then add an Urban Immortal from my deck and add it to my hand. Last but not least, I never get her name right, Shiren Shoken. She comes in clutch so many times. I've gotten her up to 7,000 attack points out of nowhere. When she comes out, I banish any zombie monster in my graveyard, which works good with my Urban Immortals because they're so damn big. Banish it. She gains all the attacks to the end phase. Then, when she leaves the field, I can then send any zombie monster in my graveyard back into my hand, so it's broken. That's pretty much what she does. So yeah, that's pretty much the Inmortal Shadol deck that I built, and it came in clutch. As you've seen in the video, it's pretty broken. So yeah, that's that. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button down below, because you know your likes are very, very much appreciated. Also, if you're not a member of the Bastard Nation, hit that subscribe button, because you know you're a bastard in your own way. Catch you all. Catch you later. Bye bye.